William Pfeffer, QM2, Quartermaster Second Class. I transferred to the Oriskany, which was an aircraft carrier. Served on that for about 7 months until I got orders to Vietnam. Went to boat school in San Diego, to Coronado, to Swift training and language school. Learning Vietnamese language but you know, it was, I was very proficient in it and did quite well. Well, you know, it was intense. You had to learn every job on board. You had to learn the gunner's mate's job, the engineman's job, the radioman, the radarman, anything that evolved. All of us were trained to do everyone else's job. So it was intense training. And it took about 7 weeks, I think. And then we were given a week's leave to go and say goodbye to our families, and we flew into Cam Bay. We had Ensign Barber, Sonny Barber, pretty close to being straight out of OCS. We had Ron Wood, our engineman, second class. Gary Peterson was our radioman, I think, third class. And Larry Linkhouse was our radarman. And our gunner's mate, Browning, he got ill shortly after coming into country, and we didn't know, you know, he couldn't go on a lot of missions with us and didn't know what was wrong. And just before early March, they flew him, medevaced him out of country to Jacksonville, where he passed away with stomach cancer. So we lost our gunner's mate. So our gunner's mate was a hit and miss. Every time we go out, we'd have a different one. He was a kind of more or less a floating gunner's mate. PCF 101. Well, we'd already received our training in Coronado, and so we had very little training. I guess we had to load ammo, we had to clean the boat, get it ready to go out, clean weapons, change the oil in the engines. There were massive 12V 71 diesels out of Detroit, 2 of them. We'd already done our training, so we're ready to go. And we'd come in after patrol, and we'd have to clean it and fuel it, you know, replenish all the ammunition, and get it ready to go again. And we either got a day or maybe 2 off, sometimes not. And we turned around and we usually got a day off, get a night's sleep, because it was difficult to sleep on the boats. You had 3 bunks, but you very seldom ever used them. You never used the commode, you know, because it was positioned right between 2 bunks. It was never used, and we could cook. We had a freezer and a refrigerator. Ron Wood, our engineman, was great at making poor man's gravy. So we'd whip up some biscuits, and he'd, you know, cook some bacon and take the bacon fat and make poor man's gravy for us. We had pretty good food, and enough to sustain us. And we'd swap some of our food for fresh fish and other Vietnamese delicacies that we enjoyed. When I was doing coastal patrols, the call sign of the Jersey was on rush, and they would fire their guns over the top of us, generally at our direction. You know, we would tell them that where we were taking fire from, you know, a half mile to a mile off coast, and they would throw we called them the Volkswagens up over us, and we wouldn't be taking enemy fire anymore. It's nerve-wracking, but you know that they're there to protect you. All of our largest ships in the Tonkin Gulf knew where we were and did their best to be available for us. We could go alongside and pick up supplies and things from them. We actually were begging. You know, we haven't seen ice cream, even though we had it at the base. It was interesting. I mean, they took good care of us, the larger ships. Coastal patrols, search and seizure. We got into some searching, you know, basically we were searching for our pilots that may have gone down from the carriers and bring in any part of the airplane that was left. We put lines around it and drag it behind us. We did a lot of fire, coastal fire. We take a lot of support. We went all the way up to the DMZ, Hue River, Da Nang, down to the Kui Dai. So it was, you know, it was search and protecting the South Vietnamese coast. We never got a pilot, but we got wheels, and you know, they're huge and got all kinds of plane equipment and things. B-4s, I think, they were jets. You know, they were shot over and they're going back to their carrier and they couldn't make it. They ditched. But we had the Coast Guard out there in with larger vessels to help, and the cutters were, you know, we're 50 feet, and we had some 80-foot Coast Guard vessels and larger.